What's going on, guys? Nathan 400EX back for another video. And today we're going to be taking a look at my grandfather's 1997 Yamaha Big Bear 350. So what we're going to do is start from the front and work our way around the wheeler. So first off, it's got a nice front bumper on there. It's got the plates and everything for a winch. It has the wired hookups. All it needs is a cable and a hook, but it has everything else. It's got the original tires on there. Getting a bit weather cracked, but I mean, after 20 years, you know, it's what you got to expect. The rims have been painted, but they used pretty good paint, it seems like, because a lot of them I see they use like shitty paint because it always ends up chipping off. But my grandfather only uses this for hunting, and that's one thing that I should mention actually right off the bat is this does need a few odds and ends, but I mean, it does the job for what my grandfather needs, because I mean, he just goes out hunting right behind his house, and it gets the job done for what he needs. It's got brakes, you know. I mean, it does need a brake cable and a brake lever right there, but it has brakes. I mean, he's not out there flying, and it's full-time four-wheel drive, but I mean, he's not out putting hundreds of miles on like we are. So yeah, that's just one thing to mention. It's got the netting, so if he wanted to put a bag down, he could just go ahead, lift this up, set the bag down, put the straps back down, and it'll hold right on there. It does have the holsters for a fishing pole or a gun. It's got the pegs right here for a second person, and he does have the two-up seat right over there, but he's got pillows on there right now, which, I mean, work. You know, I've used pillows before too. The plastic's in really good shape. It's not all scratched up. I mean, you got a few scratches and stuff, but again, 20 years old, what are you going to expect? The plastic's not faded, which is pretty good, because a lot of old wheelers, the plastic's usually faded. It has the original seat cover on there. One little rip right there. That's probably why it's taped over. There's the hookups right there for the winch. It doesn't have a whole lot of miles on it, actually, not even 1,000 miles. I don't think, I mean, I'm pretty sure it hasn't been reset. I mean, it might have been, but I don't think it has. So my grandfather paid $1,000 for it, and he bought it off. See, I think he bought it off an older guy, too, so, I mean, it doesn't really have that many miles on it anyway. The rear end looks like it was painted as well. Not the swing arm, but the shaft. Not the pumpkin, but that piece right there looks like it was painted. But again, I mean, they did a good job. They didn't do shitty. Except you can see on the inside where it is starting to rust. I mean, maybe the rims haven't been painted. I mean, they could be stock, but the only thing that is a dead giveaway to me is the nuts. The nuts are black too. I mean, usually when people paint them, I mean, a lot of dummies, they don't even take the nuts off to actually paint it, because when you paint it, you're supposed to take the nuts off, because if you don't, what paint does is it acts like glue when it's drying, so those nuts will be fucking hard as shit to get off. Which is why when you go to paint a rim, always take the rim off first. Paint around the edge of your, tape around the edge of your tire, so that way you paint the rim, you don't paint your tire and everything else. You don't want to get paint in there. So you just have paint on the rim, you don't want to get it on your nuts or anything, because it'll be fucking hard as shit to get off. So that's one thing to mention. And again, original tires, weather cracked. It's got a ball hitch on there. It's got the original skid plate, tail light, stock pipe, and of course, I mean, this isn't a racing machine, so it's most likely going to have the stock pipe on there anyway, but I have seen four-wheel drives that don't have the original pipe. It is rusted, but there's no holes or anything in it. She could definitely use a good sanding and another paint job. Oh, actually, shit, there's a couple holes right there. Didn't even notice that. Yeah, there's a few. Yes, this pipe has definitely seen better days. I'd say that. The header pipe is not in that bad a shape, but yeah, the end of the exhaust definitely needs a good touch-up, or a new one altogether. So as you saw, the front brakes obviously are, front brakes aren't. I mean, yeah, the front brakes feel pretty good. It does have the rear brakes. It's got a good foot brake. And obviously, the rear brake over here isn't in the best shape right now. Looks like it got melted right there. That or had a hole busted in there. And guys, this is the first time that I kind of just come out here and was wanting to shoot in a video. So I mean, this is the first time I'm actually taking a really good look all the way around this wheeler. So whatever you guys are finding out for the first time, I am too. So I'm kind of doing this right off a whim, don't have it scripted or nothing. So, and usually, actually, I usually don't plan shit anyway. I usually go, a lot of times I'll just get the idea popping into my head and I'll just go out and do a video. You know, I never script anything. I've never scripted or planned anything. I always just come out and just do it. I will admit though, sometimes it does take me more than one take because a lot of times I don't know, it just doesn't seem good to me. And this Big Bear, I mean, it's in pretty good shape. It really is. You know, I mean, it needs a few things, but a lot of these older four-wheel drives like this are fucking beat to shit. They're all loose and sloppy, and they got big lift kits and big tires, and I mean, that shit, you just don't need it. You know, I mean, you can have nice tires. They don't need to be big. You know, keep it stock. Stock's the way to go. Less wear and tear on your parts. And, I mean, I guess if you got a lot of money and you want to keep on top of it, you know, you can do whatever you want. But I'd say stock is the way to go. And it's a nice Yamaha. I mean, obviously, you guys know I'm a Honda man. So, Honda's #1 for me all the way. But Yamaha's definitely second. Yamaha's definitely behind. Right there in the running. Honda's 1 and Yamaha's 2nd. And I'm not really sure where I'd put Suzuki and Kawasaki. Probably tie for 3rd. So yeah, this has been a little look of the 97 Yamaha Big Bear 350. I can go ahead and do a little pan around the whole thing. Sorry I'm like so up close on it. I mean, this is a tight garage, so I don't got a whole lot of room to walk around it. And this is as far back as the camera zooms out anyway. Yeah, nice little walk around. Can't see nothing. Alrighty, guys. This has been a look at the 1997 Yamaha Big Bear 350. This has been Nathan 400EX for now. Peace out.